Welcome to the mission trip. This year we did not go anywhere. We did not make the journey to Mexico as we had hoped to do. We did not even gather together in one group. And still, we figured out ways in which we could do mission. We read, we watched videos, and we journaled. Everybody had their own little mission untrip journal, questions and ideas in it. This was a really different year, and we feel the sadness of not being able to all hit the road together in a bunch of vans and let Debbie cook for us every night. We really missed that. But we have to do whatever we are able to do. Well, we were kept at home by the high rates of COVID around us. We are dealing with boredom. But we still felt that somehow we could have courage and hold on to what is good, maybe even learn something about the situation on the Mexico border where we would have been. And so we had people come by and pick up their supplies and their journal. Each day we would have an online session. We would talk about the relationship between contemplation and action. Each one is important, of course. Contemplation is that thing from the Bible verse where it says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly." Well, we dwelled, we stayed, we contemplated, we thought, and we watched videos and we had discussions. That's the contemplation side. We even took some nature walks. And then we thought about the action, which is the other side of that Bible verse. Whatever you do, in word or deed, do it to the glory of God. Well, each day on the Mission Untrip, we had a call in the afternoon, a video call where we got together on a Zoom. And then we had some do-it-yourself time. And then we'd have another call in the evening. On Tuesday, Presbyterian mission co-worker Mark Adams from Frontera de Cristo, that would have been our host if we would have been able to travel, joined us for a video call and had a discussion with the members of the youth group. We heard from them about how they are weathering COVID-19 and managing to do their ministry. As you can imagine, things are very difficult in such a community that is already vulnerable and already struggling economically in many ways. Nonetheless, it was joyful to hear from them and to think about the good work that they're still able to do. They have a great team and they're really pulling together and doing beautiful work. Tuesday afternoon, for the do-it-yourself time between the afternoon session and the evening session, we did a cleanup. And here's Sam to talk about it.
My name is Sam. I am part of the MPC youth group and I got to go on this mission trip. I got to clean up my neighborhood Tuesday. That was one of our activities, our do-it-yourself activities. And it was very interesting. I did feel a bit self-conscious since I was kind of alone while I was doing it. It felt a bit awkward. I did pick up a lot of trash. I was able to fill 1.5 bags worth of garbage from MacArthur Boulevard and a lot of cigarettes, like piles and piles of cigarettes. It was really exhausting too, a lot of, bending down and picking up, but I did feel better afterwards, emotionally. It made me feel good, like I was doing something to give back to my neighborhood. And I don't know, it just made me feel good, It was tiring, it was gross, it was a lot of work. It felt awkward, but I don't regret any of it, and I'm glad I did it.
On Wednesday, we dove a little more into history. We looked closely at this mural that many of you may have seen. It's important to take a good long look at the terrible and complicated history of how mission work has been entangled with colonialism. That has not just been about helping or bringing love and compassion to people as Jesus would have wanted us. Sometimes it has gotten horribly twisted and used as a force of domination or forcing people to change, instead of learning from them with humility and curiosity. The times we're living in right now make it so important that we look at our nation's past and our religion's past and name all the ways we have participated in racist or oppressive systems. We acknowledge that we live on land that was taken from the stewardship of the Ohlone people by violence and without treaty or recognition. And we also acknowledge that while this particular mural helps us to think about the problematic California mission history, it also portrays Ohlone people in a cartoonish and disrespectful way. There's so much to think about. It's the work of contemplation. We know that art can be a tool for confession, as well as creativity for good. We spent some time reflecting also on art that brings people together and that helps people to work against injustice and create a more beautiful and just society. And we had fun on Wednesday. We did a scavenger hunt, which was basically a list of fun things, photo challenges. What can you do? Make some food in the shape of a flag, or make some cookies without looking at a recipe. Cut your own hair. Put a mustache on a pet. Mixed success with that one. Some resorted to Photoshop. And all of this, you know, photo scavenger hunts are traditions on our mission trips. Then they're just a reminder that it is important to have fun. It is important to enjoy one another as we go through life. On Friday, many of us participated in the Friday night meal at College Avenue Presbyterian Church. We cooked at home and then brought our burritos to share with the guests who come for the Friday night meal. So many people helped cook, and we were able to provide meals for 60 people, all by cooking in our separate kitchens and delivering it there to College Avenue Presbyterian Church, where our partners at that Presbyterian church are keeping these meals going every week, rain or shine, pandemic or lots of pandemic, as they say.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
guys.
for all your work.
Thank you for
We
doing your
appreciate you.
true mission on trip with us here in Oakland.
I'm really grateful to all the teenagers who participated. I'm really grateful to the awesome adult advisors who hung out with us and played games with us and organized things. And I'm grateful to this church for their legacy of mission trips, strong legacy of mission trips for decades. Mission trips that take us cross-culturally in respectful and sensitive ways. Mission trips that help us to learn from one another. And mission trips that expand our minds to imagine what God might have in store for our world.